Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit educational or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Viewer discretion is advised.
The earthquake hit Wajima city hard, and more devastation followed shortly after. That includes a massive fire at a major tourist draw in the center of the community. NHK World's Takahashi Naoya joins us now with more on that. Naoya.
This is Wajima Morning Market, or at least what's left of it. There were 200 houses and shops, but now there's a rubble. It stretches for blocks and blocks. The fire started after the earthquake Monday, and it was only put out around noon Tuesday. Smoke is still rising in some areas. The market's history dates back hundreds of years. The area includes dozens of stalls. Vendors sold foods, crafts, and other goods. But now, this building frame is one of the only things left still standing here. Meantime, rescue operations continue in the city. They put up jacks under this building to try to stabilize the structure. I spoke with a few residents, including Muro Yasue. The earthquake heavily damaged his family's two-store.
I was on the second floor. I managed to escape from a gap under a fallen chest.
He's collecting snow to melt for water. Running water has been cut off to the shelter he's staying at. It's a widespread issue in the region. Transporting supplies is especially complicated right now due to the condition of the roads. There are deep cracks making travel difficult and in some places impossible. Even for us, getting here was quite a challenge. The trip should normally take 2 hours, but it ended up taking almost 5. So, things are moving slowly, and the people in need continue to wait.
Naoya, stay safe. NHK World's Takashi Naoya reporting from Wajima City.
Shalom, beloved brothers and sisters, Jews and Gentiles alike. Welcome. This is your humble servant, Big Levi. And today is Kokav, January the 3rd, 2024. Of course, beloved, this is the Gentiles, so to speak, New Year. And as you can see, the New Year does not begin too well for those folks. And 2024 does not bode too well also. When you watch what's happening over there in Japan, we're going to focus on Japan for, I would say, for the remaining, well, for a good while now. If you watch our backup channel, Big Levi backup channel, and our backup channel, which we highly recommend you go ahead and check it out, we have the Hainu identity, the truth and the lies, the upcoming, okay? And we have the, is that what that is? The Japanese fiasco. That was 4 months ago. We published this video. We have that. You can go ahead and watch it. We are not making this up, okay? Okay. Copyright disclaimer. All right. We had the Ainu people and over there in Japan. And when you look at them, the culture, the way they do things, they are our people. Okay, we only have 2,000 views on this. So they are a group of indigenous people, okay? Black folk, all right, that were the original of Japan, and they literally wiped those folks out. And a few of them are left down there, and a lot of people are claiming they are Ainus, but they actually are not. And we went to the whole video, and we told them Japan is under judgment. And that was like 4 months ago. And exactly August the 13th, 2023. It's in our backup channel. You can go ahead and watch it. Okay, and also we have a lot of good videos on the backup channels. The Curse and Then and Now, the Medicine Cabinet, during the 70s, and the $90,000 student loan debt cancel, our sister's testimony, the Leviathan, and all that. So now, when we
The
told
earthquake.
when we told those people what's going to happen in Japan, and a lot of people always glorify Japan as the most polite people. They are well disciplined. Their countries are clean and stuff. Yes, they're supposed to enjoy the blessing. They're supposed to be undisturbed because they literally wiped out our people that were over there. And when you see those people being very polite and they don't want to talk, they behave in a mea culpa sentiment, they in a mea culpa manner. That means there's something they are hiding. Nobody on this earth is polite, especially 83. There's no such thing as a polite 83's nation. They are very aggressive, and for lack of a better term, they're all savages. If they all behave polite around you, that means they felt some kind of I don't know, guilt, or they are hiding something. For those of you that are aware of the world wars, the so-called Japanese, they've done a lot. They've done worse than little the fellow with the little mustache. They've done worse than Charlie Chaplin himself. They've done terrible things unto our people. Remember, World War II wasn't those people weren't fighting those wars between themselves like that. They were uh, causing genocide upon a lot of our people. China also went to the black Tibetan and killed them and genocide a whole race. And we have the Civil War. The Civil War was fighting, and not only about. Well, I don't like to get into this subject, but I say this: a lot of the Civil War, when those people were fighting it, they were actually destroying a lot of high quality, high those buildings they can't build right now. What they are calling Tartaria civilization. They were destroying a bunch of those things in the south, in the north, in the east, in the west, everywhere. They were destroying those technologies, those giant buildings they could not explain. They were destroying a lot of them. So now with Japan, with this thing going on, it happened exactly on their New Year, New Year, January 1st. Okay, on Japan, the moment January 1st hit, their New Year, boom, this thing happened. They had 21 earthquake, beloved brothers and sisters. 21 earthquake. For those of you who know what that is, please put it in the description, in the comment board, and also in the chart play, aka the chart boom. 21 earthquakes right after another, and then the last one, 7.6, I believe, literally did this damage. And when the news came out, they said, well, 3 people or no more, a couple of them. The same thing that happened, and I believe was it Turkey? Is that what that was? Was it Turkey or oh man, earthquake in Turkey this year? Well, 2023. Okay, that was and this year 2023 they had a lot of earthquake. Okay, and this one that happened in Turkey was terrible. It happened in February of last year of 2023, so to speak. We all talking about in term of the Gentiles year. Okay, February 2023 it happened. Let me see what was the exact date. Yeah, February. It happened like in February 2023. All right.
Şu an herkes yine telefonlara sar. Herkes buraya gel. Güvenli alana geçiyoruz bizler şu anda. Vatandaşları da görüyorsunuz. Deprem oluyor gene.
Okay. So the building. There you go. All right. This is no joke. All right. All right. right? Okay.
Gazda arama kurtarma çalışmalarına doğru giderken
Okay. Millions of them were no more. And if you check, let me see if we can check the. There we go. "2023 Turkey earthquake victim."
According to NC State College of Natural Resources, NC State University,
Okay, well,
Turkey is one of the world's most active earthquake zones because it is located in an area where 3 tectonic plates interact.
okay, that's a bunch of lies. 2023 Turkey victim earthquake. Okay. Now, they say the earthquake on February 6, 2023, a series of earthquakes struck southern Turkey and northwestern Syria, killing over 55,000 people and injuring 100,000 more. That's a lie. That's a lie. Millions of people were no more. Okay? So, let's say 55,000 or no more, and 100,000 people are injured. And they don't tell you how many people that, survive and things like that. And, like 50,000 deaths, 297 missing. Remember, all those things were happening at the same time. You see, this happened in February 6, 2023, for instance. Lahaina Maui fire. Okay. Okay, well, they didn't tell us. In October, what the hell? When did the Maui fire happen in Lahaina? Okay, August. All right, August the 8th. You got that huge fire that happened in Lahaina. You got that huge earthquake that happened in Turkey. And of course, you got the huge flooding in Morocco, 2023.
According to American University, a 6.8 magnitude earthquake struck southern Morocco on September 8, 2023, causing widespread damage in mountain villages. 3 days later, an unusually severe Mediterranean storm caused 2 poorly maintained Libyan dams to collapse, resulting in massive floods in and around the port city of Derna.
It was the Libya, a city of Derna. Remember that for those of you. All of those things happened in 2023, and no one said a word about it. Everybody's just acting like, well, it's the elite. They are depopulating the world. Okay, all right then. So they kill over millions of them in Turkey and Morocco and Libya and Japan, and they are depopulating the world. Japan already have issue with the fertility rate over there, which is been dropping since the 60s. They have like terrible things going on with them over there. You think the so-called the Japanese have a technology they are causing earthquake in their own land and destroying their own people? But anyway, people like to say this because of the conspiracy theories. But anyway, I don't subscribe to this. If you yourself, you believe the so-called 83 are causing those earthquakes, are causing the so-called the weather to behave in this manner, that's on you. I personally, I believe those people have zero power. They have zero technology that they can do any of those things. This is being done by the Holy One. This is being done by our people vibration. We raise the vibration. That's why you see those things are happening. It's happening because we are waking up and the blessing is over and the entire earth are paying for what they have done unto us. It's just a natural law. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. It's just the laws of karma. As ye sow, shall ye reap. Whatsoever man soweth, that's what you're going to get, friend. That's what it was, that's what it is, and that's what it will always be. Now, let's continue with Japan. How long we are into this? Ooh, good grief. All right, let's continue with Japan, brethren, okay?
This part of the city is called Wakura Onsen. It's famous for its hot springs, and it's supposed to be peak season right now, but it does not feel like it. There are very few people around. The damage caused by the earthquake is easy to spot, and hotels simply can't operate right now.
Now, a lot of you know for a fact that Japan is a very big on tourism. Okay, they make a hell of a lot of money on tourism. Why? Because they are on an island. Anytime, excuse me, let's go to Japan. Huh? Boom, 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 boom. Japan. Well, I don't want to go to Tokyo, but Japan. So now this is Japan. Anytime, okay. Anyway, anytime you are on an island, you are automatically rich because you are bordered by the sea all around. There you go. Anytime you're on an island, you are super rich. Your country should be massively rich. Okay, we got like island like Taiwan and Japan, and we have the Philippines, and we have Indonesia. Is that what that is? Or is it Malaysia? I believe this is Indonesia. No, Papua New Guinea. The so-called islands, the sea contain the greatest riches in the world. That's why if you look at the so-called Gentiles nation, they are landlocked. They don't have island. Turtle Island, this entire place is just an island by itself. It doesn't connect it to anything. Okay, the fourth part, it doesn't connect it. All right, this is just a giant island. All right, it doesn't connect it to anything. So like what all those little islands, the Bahamas, Cuba, Jamaica, Haiti, and Puerto Rico, and all the other islands, they are super rich country. They got all the resources and all the treasures. Now Japan is really good or really big on tourism. Okay, and there are a lot of businesses that are being done concerning tourism, not only external tourism but internal tourism. What I mean by that is not only the people that from other country, foreigners, but we have local, well, not local, you have Japanese, although other Japanese that live in the islands, and they flew, well, not flew, they go by train. Japan is very big on train, probably they have the best train system in the entire world. They go over there and they bring a lot of money. Now Tokyo, like we went before, is the biggest city in the entire world. Okay, this is how huge Tokyo is. Okay, it's 37 million people because most of the people live there. And a lot of people, there are a couple people in Osaka and Kyoto, Nagoya, and things like that, but not as much as in Tokyo. Now, if you follow Japan, okay, for instance, look closely. You see how Tokyo is well designed, and that's the neighborhoods, okay, and those are homes and streets and places and things like that. Okay, all right. Now let's drop a pin. Let's drop a 3D things and see a little bit. Okay, so those are bikes, and it's very tight in Tokyo. It's very expensive also. The rent is just like New York and California, in the Japanese terms. So they got those little small places. It's well designed. It's very well designed. It's very nice, and there's a lot of bikes and a lot of train. Now that's one part of it. Okay, I believe this is Saitama. Now that's a part of the island. Now if you go north, Hang on. Let me see if we are talking about enough here. There we go. Okay. Yes, if you go north of Japan, you go to Sapporo Island. This island, still Japan. Okay, you go there, but once you, this is, I believe this island belong either to Russia or to Japan. What is this island name again? Is that China? This is a little bit hard. This island is pretty much inhabited. You don't have that. If you try to drop a pin here, let's say the closest city here, I believe this is one of the Russian island. Okay, and you can't drop pin in there because nobody lives there. Okay. All right. I forgot the Piltun too. No. But anyway, this place is somewhat inhabited. Okay, I forgot the name of. Here we go. Let's see if we can drop something here. Okay, there's a laboratory here. There we go. There we go. We can drop something here. Ah, that's better. I believe this is Russian. Okay. So, there you go. Forgot the name of this place. Let's see. Use no Sakhalin Oblast. Let's see, Sakhalin Oblast. Sakhalin Oblast. Okay, yes. Sakhalin Oblast. I believe yes, the island is Russian. So they don't. I don't think it has. Sakhalin is an elongated island in Northeast Asia, southern of Khabarovsk Krai in Russia. I believe this is still part of Russia, but it's very close to Japan. Here we go. It's very close to Japan, but it's not that much people over there. Okay, you can see the island is very long, and then there is not that much things over here, not that much people. All right, and Russia also is very big, and there are places in Russia you are not allowed to go. They don't allow camera, they don't allow anything. They're just telling you it's empty. Okay, so that's what it is. Now let's go ahead and listen to this, and then we'll come back to what we were saying.
Many of them hire foreign workers. I spoke with two who were working at the time the earthquake hit. This part of the city is called Wakura Onsen. It's famous for its hot springs, and it's supposed to be peak season right now, but it does not feel like it. There are very few people around. The damage caused by the earthquake is easy to spot, and hotels simply can't operate right now. Many of them hire foreign workers. I spoke with two who were working at the time the earthquake hit.
People very afraid and run away and mountain, hide mountain.
I heard it in come to earthquake after it's feared to tsunami, but Nepal there is no hive. Only earthquake is earthquake, no hive tsunami.
I also spoke with a hotel manager in the area. He said he's relieved that no one at his hotel was injured in the disaster, but his hotel had to cancel accommodations for its 350 guests Tuesday. That's because there's no running water. He says business has been tough because of the coronavirus pandemic. The industry was hoping for a much better year, but it's off to a difficult start.
Okay. Japan is known for the hot spring and a bunch of other things. As you can see, they have issue with customers or with patron coming over there and give that money because the earthquake literally paralyzed this place and they are losing a lot. And Japan been having a lot of issue. The economy is really bad right now. Japan economy. Okay. It's not doing too well. Okay. The economy is it's not good right now. And I know what country there's another island country that is in par with Japan or even more in Japan with money. But they always like, oh, those are the dark skinned voodoo island people. They don't have that much money. Yeah, well, they do. You guys put Japan number over there, but it doesn't belong to Japan. Okay, how much is $100 into Japanese yen?
$100 equals 14,306 Japanese yen.
Okay, if somebody you have like $6,000, it's like $1 million. It's like 1 million yen. You can go in Japan. You can have a nice time, a good time over there, vacation or visitation or whatever. But as you can see right now, there's a lot of stuff going on in Japan, and the reason why those things are happening is because they lost the blessing, and 83 in general. Okay, they lost the blessing. Money is not coming. The economy is doing very bad. They have so much earthquake all over the world, especially in those porn 83's area, people that don't look like us at all. And they have a lot of 988 going on, and they are not saying why. They are not giving any hints of what's happening. But let's keep on. Let's see. Let me see. Oh, okay. 3 more minutes, and then we'll go to why.
Our Takashi Naoya is in
More
Ishikawa Prefecture,
damage,
seeing
okay?
the devastation and speaking with the people who experienced it. He joins us now from Nanao City. Naoya, the earthquake rocked the community, hitting the upper 6th level on Japan's earthquake scale. What's it like seeing all that devastation?
It can leave you speechless. Several buildings have collapsed or severely damaged, including here in the center of town. Take a look.
All right. You see,
This
Western media don't do this. They don't tell the people this thing is really bad, go see for yourself. No, they explain the damage away for you. Oh, well, the earthquake happened and stuff. Everything is fine. And we have Drake and Kim Kardashian have this new album coming up next and stuff like that. But those guys tell you, take a look. This is no joke. This is not fake, man. This thing is truly happening to those people. This thing is real, son. A lot of people are no more. Of course, we do know that 83 will not give the proper number, the real number, the genuine right number out there. So, well, this thing that you see, the unbelievable damage, like 20 people kind of like had a heart attack and then they just go on vacation. But this guy tell you, take a look.
And much of the building's front has come down. This street is well known for its many historic shops. It was hit especially hard. Further down the street, the size of another shop came down. There's damage throughout the city. Cracks on sidewalks and streets, broken statues at shrines, and many cement fences have fallen over. There's a lot of destruction inside, too. The owner of a nearby barber shop showed me his business a short time ago.
Okay.
Kutana Takeru is 69 years old and has been running the shop for about 50 years.
Now, again, another thing going on with Japan, they have the most people that are the age of 80 and 90 in there. And this dude is 69 years old. He's been working in the barber shop for 50 years. That means he's been doing this thing ever since he was 19. And you would have thought like he would have passed it on to his son or to sell it or you have a high, like younger workers. It doesn't. In Japan, they don't have children that much. They have issue with their fertility. Well, I said infertility now. They don't have that much young people over there. And the young folks that are supposed to be doing those work, they won't do it because these now young folks, whether they are in Japan or mostly all in 83's nation, they see a job as in a barber is something that is lame, something that is beneath them, something that is somewhat, this is not my cup of tea. Okay, being like a welder, being a truck driver, being construction workers. They don't like things like that. Okay, a lot of the so-called Japanese dudes, they are called shut in. And Japanese, they are known as ikikomori. Okay, they are dudes that spent their entire lives inside watching anime, pornography, and they are marrying cartoons, and well, of course over there they call them anime, and those guys live their life alone, and they are calling themselves introvert, and a lot of our people are subscribing to this garbage. Okay, like we said before, an introvert doesn't mean you're shut in. You just don't like to be around scumbag. You don't like to be around people that are not in the same vibration that you are. If a group of people are in the same vibration, for instance, everybody that are in this chat room, if we could have been there physically, we all would have been there and enjoy ourselves and party and do whatever that we want. And then after that, we go home because everybody that are in the chat room, they shared pretty much the same frequency. But again, I would not think of anyone in this chat room right now will go to a party where Puff Daddy is there, Nicki Minaj is twerking, the 2/3 is in the mix, R. Kelly is there peeing on people and all over the place. Bill Cosby is there, couple other dudes and a bunch of cowboys and cowgirls, some dude riding another dude mechanical bull. You're right in front of everyone. No, we don't want to be there. Like, oh hell no, sir. I don't want to be nowhere here. That doesn't mean you're an antisocial, you rebel and stuff. No, just I don't want to be around you people. Okay, so now this dude is 69 years old and he's still working there, and his business is damaged like that. So what are you gonna do? You're 69. What is it? You're gonna get another loan and then fix everything and then start it over again? Is that what that is?
He says the damage might be so severe he might not be able to reopen it.
Exactly.
I wanted to have a relaxed New Year's holiday, but that's not the reality.
That's the thing. It's not the reality, man. I mean, the dude is like 69. He's ready to retire. And he wanted to have a relaxed New Year. And the Mighty One said, nope. Japan, China, South Korea, North Korea, which we're just talking about how Kim Jong-un, the fellow, he was crying for his women to give birth to children because they have state, or what they call them over there, province in North Korea. They do not have kids at all. For instance, let's say the state of Texas, there is no children there, only adults. There is no there is nobody under the age of 20. Everybody is either 21, 30 or up. There's no babies, no kids over there. That's how it is in certain places in North Korea. Okay? And then it's not like, well, they are starving and stuff. The blessing is done. It's something that is in them. Whether they try or they don't try, they can have children. Okay? This dude just telling you, hey man, I might as well, leave this thing because, what the hell you want me to do, man? The damage is too much.
We're getting electricity, but there is no water. That's the most worrisome thing.
As you can see, it's something that is reoccurring. They cut off the waters, okay? And the moment there's an earthquake, the electricity is going on, but they cut off the water, and the other dude was collecting snow to make water. Okay, so now again, beloved, you live in a place that is known for the hot spring and things like that, and the government, whatever places, the prefectures, I believe the county where they live over there, they cut off the waters. You can't drink, you can't cook, you can't shower, you can't use the water to do anything. So you only got TV. You can't flush your toilet. Okay, it's very bad, man. It's very bad over there. So for long, those folks, the so-called the Japanese, they were living in peace for a very long time. Remember the bomb that they dropped in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And when you make your research, you realize those were the remnant of our people. They literally wiped them out there. Okay, watch the movie. Excuse me. Valerian et Laureline, the city of 1,000. The city of 1,000 planet. There you go. All right. This movie is in Amazon Prime. Watch Valerian and Laureline and see how those people use their wars to wipe out our people. Great movie. Great movie. It's just got a lot of crap because people don't understand it, but it's actually a great movie. It's made in space, nothing on Earth. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Rihanna is in there as an alien stripper. So yes, that's how those guys do. They use their wars as a proxy to eliminate our people. Okay, all right. They can start a war, and for instance, they start a war in Ukraine, and then there was like a ethnic group over there they want to get rid of, and then they just drop a bomb on them and say, oh, that was an accident and stuff like that. We're sorry, but let's keep on moving and fighting. So yes, let's keep on going with this.
Now, for many in the country, the timing of the earthquake was particularly relevant. Tell us about that.
In Japan, New Year's is where many people spend time with their families. Some visit shrines, they celebrate together and pray for a good year. But now, concern is top of mind. Time is passing, and emergency crews are especially worried about the 72-hour mark following the disaster. That's when the survival rate drops sharply.
Good. All right, so
thanks, Naoya. That was NHK World's Takashi Naoya reporting from Nanao City.
Okay, so now he said the survival rate is dropping because, amen, it's been 3 days now. You can't stay under this rubble pinning you down for 3 days and thinking like, hey, you're going to survive this. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Not any shape or form. It doesn't work. Now, beloved, what seems to be the issue? Why is it that every single time when you turn on the news, it's always something horrible? The news never brought anything good, at least for 83, anything good for those people anymore, because every time you turn on the news, it's always some disaster. Something is happening specifically to a group of people, a very targeted group of demographic of people, but they don't want to go out there and say, hey, this thing is happening because, hey, the time is over. But it's happening because the 400 years is over. It's happening because the blessing is done. It's happening because of Genesis 15, verse 13. And he said unto Abram, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. Yes, beloved, from 1619 to 2019, we serve our 400 years. We did. And now, right after 2019, we enter 2020. The entire world was locked down and still locked down and is locked out. The locket of the door is changed. Your key is no longer working anymore. You've been evicted. It was not done by the elite. A lot of people are like, well, Big Eva is the elite. They were trying to take over the world. Yes, You got the so-called billionaire trying to take over the world. Well, the elite will try to take over the world. No, they did not need nor have to try to take over the world because they were already on top of the world. You don't need guys like Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos trying to take over the world, or you guys billionaire trying to take over anything. If they need something, they don't try. They have it. If they say it, they speak it, and it is so. That's what happened. The mighty one locked up the entire planet, and it's still being locked down, and a lot of stuff are going on, and people are saying, well, you know, I don't like the place, the economy is not doing bad, the rent is too much. Please stop complaining. Pull yourself by the bootstrap. You people need to get another job just like we did and shut the hell up and work. Like a lot of our people don't know this, and I'll speak on that term. Black people always thought everybody's suffering like them. Our people, black people, so to speak, always think when they are struggling, they can't pay their rent, and they were raised like that. They know their family had always problems. They thought this thing is everybody was in the same boat that they were, and still are. And the fact remains, it's not like that. It's just now a lot of people are getting in the same boat that you are, and they can't stay in it. They are jumping in the sea, and they will rather die than to war that boat with you. Okay, well, at least right now I can say we are safely, okay, on a little island right now. Okay, we are not in the same boat, nor we are in the same water with those people. They had boarded the Titanic, metaphorically speaking, in 1619. They had boarded the Titanic, and that thing struck the iceberg in 2020. We already made it to a cozy, warm, tropical island. You know, we are building our little tents, little huts, and we have a small community going on. We're just waiting for the rescue to come and pick us from this island. But those people, they are in that frigid water, and things are not doing too well. The Titanic is sinking. We don't know what the hell is going on with them, and they are wishing they were like us when we were on that piece of wood drifting, and they were making fun of us when they were in that giant luxurious Titanic boat. Okay, we are not even in the same water with those people anymore. We are in a separate island waiting for our rescue to come pick us up and to just go somewhere else. All right, those folks are now suffering your suffering. They are suffering your pain. They are feeling and shared your emotion, your pain that you had hundreds of years ago. It's just now, and they don't like it. A lot of them are dialing 988. The mighty one, what you just see happen in Japan right now, it's called plague number 9, or in number 5, of course, destruction by earthquakes and execution by the number 10, thunder voices and destroying earthquake. Loud boom, as you will soon find out. All right, this thing is the 10 plagues of the apocalypse of Abraham. We highly recommend you read that book because it is good. It is prophecy being fulfilled. And those people, they don't want to bring anything like that. They're just like, yo, this thing happened. It happened in Japan all the time. Few people die, and then Japan gonna come back better than ever. Just like you guys came back after the 2020 thing better than ever. It's been 4 years now, at least. This week, this March, going to make it 4 years. And you people are going to say, still 4 years, those elites still have not go with their phase 2 with that stuff. They still have not take over. You know, a lot of people fled, especially a lot of our people, they listened to Scumbag Online, they fled and go live off-grid, and while the Gentiles moved to the city and gentrified the neighborhood. You ever wonder why those people always move to the neighborhood? Because a lot of our people are leaving the city. They are listening to so-called people online say, well, flee to the desert, you'll be safe there. The first thing they're going to attack is the city. And you see the so-called Gentiles, they are not leaving the city. They are moving into there. They are raising your rent. They are chasing you out of the city. You think there's some kind of huge cataclysm that are coming, and then when it comes, somehow the people that are off-grid going to survive it. You look, man, whatever's coming out there, 83 can't survive that. And there's nothing we can say that can stop it, slow it down, or deviate it, or null and void it. It can't. It's in full motion. You think whatever we had done or said would have stopped what happened over there in Japan? It happened, and a lot of people will know more. Let's keep on moving. Let's get rid of this right here.
Details are emerging about what might have occurred in Tuesday's deadly plane collision at Tokyo's Haneda airport. It appears both captains had received clearance to use the same runway. Five crew from a Japan Coast Guard quake relief aircraft died in the crash with a Japan airline Airbus A350. A government source has told NHK that an air traffic controller gave the JAL plane permission to land and instructed the Coast Guard aircraft to hold short of the runway. However, a Japan Coast Guard source has told NHK the captain of the Coast Guard plane says he had permission to take off. The collision occurred at around 6 p.m. on Tuesday. JAL Flight 516 was coming in from New Chitose Airport in Hokkaido, northern Japan. Of the 6 crew on the smaller plane, only the captain survived. He was evacuated with serious injuries. JAL has confirmed that all 379 passengers and crew on the Airbus, including 8 children, escaped. 14 were treated at hospitals for bruises and other ailments. The Transport Ministry described how the collision might have happened.
Our understanding is that the JAL aircraft was making a landing from the south onto runway C. The Coast Guard aircraft was right there on the runway when it all occurred.
JAL has stated its flight crew confirmed they received and repeated the control tower's permission to land before their final descent. In the aftermath of the accident, officials with the Japan Transport Safety Board have begun a full-scale investigation on the ground.
Yeah. So, of course, Japan is impeccable when it comes to safety. They are very safe people, a very safe place, because they do not have that much of interference of foreign things. They despise other people coming in and mess with their cultures. They keep people at bay, especially Westerners. Of course, they're pretty much the same people. Breaking news: what you're calling Japanese culture, it's not their true cultures. Whatever that you're seeing over there in China, those people are doing those Asian culture, that's not their cultures at all. It's not their original culture. Just like you see the so-called Native American here doing all those native stuff and call it theirs. Or the K-pop, the South Korean, when you see them doing those R&B music, that's not their stuff. They know where they get that. But this thing happened over there at the airport right after the earthquake, and it happened, I believe, on the same day or the next day as the earthquake. Those 2 airplanes collided in Japan, and people had to be evacuated because the airplane was caught on fire. What caused that? Of course, we do know it's the ley line and the energy. It's not like those guys. That guy said, "Well, you can go park," while he told the other that he already can park, and then he sent the two airplanes to go park there at the same time, and then they ended up in a collision. That's not what happened, you know. So and the judgment is very bad over there in Japan, and a lot of people acting like, well, you know, things are gonna be all right. Well, okay, all right, we know 2024 is bad. Well, we look forward for 2025. No, sir, you're gonna have to wait and sit there and watch the X mark the spot. That's what you're gonna have to sit and watch first before you can enter your 2024. Now, of course, our 2024 is gonna begin in after in April, in March, and then after that in April, our feast days and all that stuff. I do not discuss this in our channel, but we do have in our Patreon, we have calendars. We do our stuff privately because we do not want any confusion in the midst. and we do not bring this publicly concerning the New Year's when this going to do that, because a lot of people like to bickering over things that they don't have the full understanding, the full truth. They just have this piece over here and they say, hey, that's the whole piece. Now everybody do as best as you can. Okay, let's keep on moving.
I spoke with NHK World's Yotsumoto Jun at Haneda Airport. Jun, what is it like over there?
Keiko-san, I'm here on the balcony deck of Terminal 2. Behind me, you can see the burnt-out wreckage of the passenger plane. At the other end of the runway, about 500 meters away, we can also see what is left of the Coast Guard aircraft. It's strange. The airport is actually quieter than I expected. Planes and people are still moving and taking off, with the wreck right there in the middle of it. But while things look like business as usual, the crash is clearly on people's minds. I spoke to one family who actually saw the accident happen. They're big fans of airplanes and came to stay at an airport hotel last night. They were having dinner in the terminal and saw it all from the restaurant windows. They said nobody knew if it was a crash landing or a terror attack.
Exactly. So a lot of those stuff going on over there, that's not what it is, Bridget. Remember, those people never tell you the truth. They just say, hey, two airplane collide, you know. But it could be something else. It could be some dude in there, just like that prime minister a few years ago, like not a few years ago, a year ago. You know, the former Japanese prime minister. Okay, they don't have a president over there. They have a king though. They have a king and a queen, a king and a princess. Well, let's see. What do Japan have? Who is currently Japanese king? I would say it's the Japan king. Naruhito is the king. Emperor. Okay, I believe Naruhito is the emperor of Japan, and his daughter. Okay, we'll get to why those people are very quiet. You don't hear about king and queens because they know they are not the true king and true king and true queen. That's why they always refer as prime minister. The prime minister is like the president, the first minister, or the guy that ministers unto them. That's why in England, of course, they had king and queens, but they only there for to show. It's like those people were novelties and still are. Denmark, we'll go to Denmark. All those places that's supposed to have king and queens, but you never heard of them like that. It's something they are like celebrities. They barely mention because they are figures of speech. They don't really use those people, and they have no real power because the Mighty One made it very clear they cannot be king, they cannot be queen. They can act like them, and then they will have prime minister and things like that, but they can't. But anyway, let's keep on moving here. This thing could be something else, but they told you, oh well, you know, it's just the collision. No, it could be a dude there he packed some sandwiches in there and then detonated those sandwiches. You know, I don't know.
I also spoke to a father who is flying to Fukuoka with his young son today. They were here looking at the wreckage, and the boy told me he was a little scared to get on a plane now. But he said he didn't want to cancel his trip with his dad.
So how is this affecting airport operations?
Well, this runway is closed, but the three others have reopened. Still, Japan Airlines, All Nippon Airways, and several other carriers were forced to cancel more than 100 flights. And this is one of the peak travel days of the year, with people returning from New Year's holidays. About 19,000 people have been affected.
Oof.
It is also
19,000.
Unclear when this runway will reopen. Authorities say the wreck will stay here until officials finish their investigation. Right now, we still don't know how long that could take.
Exactly. So, that's what's going on over there in Japan, and people really don't want to talk about it. And that's why you see they are giving you all those migrant, as if this migrant thing is just happening. Like Big Levi, they just released a bunch of migrants in New York. What's going on, man? Why are we being invaded? No. Every time something big like that happen and something is really taking those people out, they distracted you with the migrant, as if this news, as if those people haven't been coming over there and swagger jack stuff. Anyway. Okay. Okay. Remember.
Bears normally.
So we played this video last time. The bear attacked, or it's become higher. It's amplifying. A lot of those people over there in Japan, there's a lot of bear attack going on, and earthquakes and all those things. The wild beasts will be their grave, and we watch the entire things, and it's because those people don't belong in this land, and the animals are chasing them out. Just chickens chasing him out, chasing him off the land. All right, and then this last one, I really didn't want to go there, but anyway. Oh, okay, well, that's the devastation. Let me enlarge this, and I'll go to the other one. Okay, look at this devastation right there, man. Okay, that was an earthquake. Did this, Bridget? Look at this. What do you think that happened here? What do you think caused this? What do you think dropped in there? An earthquake did that? An earthquake did this thing? All those people are sure an earthquake did this. Look at the rubble region. Look at this. An earthquake actually did this. The so-called Japanese, we're going to play this twice. So-called Japanese, they have the top-notch safety that could literally, let's play this again. Look, an earthquake did this. Wajima City, an earthquake actually did. Brethren, look at this. I feel like I'm watching Lahaina here. Is that what that is? Are you people sure an earthquake did this? It wasn't some giant bird-like lizard that spit fire that flew over the city and did this thing unto you. Are you guys sure an earthquake has the capability? Usually there will be rubble, but this thing is burnt to the ground. Okay. Well, if you folks say it's an earthquake, then I'll say, okay, I agree. You know, as long as the destruction happened over there, okay, it's really bad, Bridget. It's really bad, man, okay? Now, people will sit there and say, but Big Levi, you have to understand what you're watching here. That's nothing comparing to Jacob's trouble that's going to happen. Look, man, we can both go into trouble. When you're watching something like that, somebody over there is going to trouble. Somebody's over there is in trouble. How the hell that 83 is in trouble and we are going in trouble with them? It doesn't make sense. It's called a balance. One have to tip the other side of the balance. Somebody gonna have to become the head, and the other one gonna have to become the tail. The mighty one have a cup of dregs in his hand, and both of us cannot drink from the cup of dreg. We've been drinking that dreg. Now the cup switch. Look at this. Crazy. But anyway, man, let's keep on moving. Well, let's see how long we are into this. An hour? Okay, now, beloved, we are, give me a second. There you go. Is that thing recording? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. For those of you that wish to study with us and wondering where we get all those knowledge and certain things that we have that are sacred, we invited you to join our Patreon, Big Levi Patreon membership. You can choose to be a neophyte, a student, gravis, or an intra templar. You can come and study with us. We have class every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. From Monday through Friday. On Friday, we have a 30-minute class, and every day we have the photos, the beautiful pictures that we posted on our YouTube channel. For instance, if you go to our YouTube, this Imam fellow, they shot and killed that guy. Crazy. Shalom, beloved brothers. Okay, disregard this message. I'm gonna have to change this thing. For instance, tonight Well, last night we had studied myth number 7, black feminism, the with Dr. Claude Anderson, Black Labor, White Wealth. If you would like some of those pictures, and they are free for members only, paid members. A lot of folks become free members. No, you got Sister Caroline right now. She lost 110 pounds, which is roughly 50 kilogram. Okay, with the cancer blaster. If you need the cancer blaster, you have to go to our Patreon paid member only. You will get it. That's the sister. She lost 110 pound. This is how she used to look. All right, this thing is real. It's no joke. We are out there. Our people are doing this, the same. Are doing work. So if you would like those images and stuff, and you can go to our Patreon, you can get it. And if, of course, you want the cancer blaster PDF, how to prepare it and lose weight and cure your cancer like the sister, you can go to our Patreon paid member only. Let me show you. There you go. You can go here, and that's the sister. Okay, this is the before and after. She lost 110 pounds or 49.8 kilogram. And this is the cancer blaster. You can download the PDF, paid members only. And we have a lot of stuff that we have. Okay, we just post certain things, the word of power for the intra templum and gravis, beautiful things going on over there. The family pictures. Okay, if you like those beautiful pictures, you can become a member. Any members, you can access them for free. All right, you can use them and do whatever that you please with them. Selah, so be it. Now back to this. Let's keep on moving, beloved. Okay.
We're going to turn now to that small earthquake that rattled parts of our area. Its epicenter right here in New York City.
You heard Liz right. An earthquake. The U.S. Geological Survey says a 1.7 magnitude quake hit near Astoria, Queens, and officials believe that's what jolted residents awake in nearby Roosevelt Island and caused a series of small explosions. Some knocked out power to the area early this morning.
Eyewitness News reporter Kimberly Richardson is live in Astoria with the very latest. Kim.
Well, Liz, here in Astoria, mixed reaction. One woman tells me she most definitely felt her sofa shake. Others really think I'm joking when I tell them the epicenter of that 1.7 magnitude earthquake was right here. It was an unusual morning, not the kind of wake-up call anyone's used to. Here along Ditmars Boulevard in the heart of Astoria, the reaction, what earthquake? Everyone but Victor, who by late morning put one and one together.
I was sleeping, I moved my head and I feel like dizzy, but like you say, it was a little earthquake, so.
You thought it was vertigo?
Mm-hmm, exactly. So it wasn't.
Officials.
All right, laugh now. That's how this thing going to creep up on you. You know, how many times you ever heard things like that happen in Queens, in New York, out of any place? Yo, this thing happened in New York. And people think this is a joke, like 1.7, 1 plus 7. You know what that is. This beginning is not for you. Well, you want a new year. We'll see. Beloved, I don't exactly know what's going to happen, 100%. But I know for a fact, whatever is going to happen, we will have justice. They will have no peace. They will pay, they must pay, they are paying, they are going to pay for all the terrible things they have done unto us. See, one thing that I know for a fact, that the so-called 83 will not be raptured. So-called Christians, or whether they look like us or not, they won't get away with this. And after all that you guys did, remember the Inquisition? After all the scumbag stuff you people did, you ain't gonna get away with that.
Officials say just before 6 this morning, a 1.7 magnitude earthquake, its epicenter here in Astoria, rattled parts of New York City.
There was an awful bang, like a vibration, and you could tell it was coming from below the building.
Here on nearby Roosevelt Island.
Okay, again, 260 on the chart. 1.7 here. Let me enlarge this sort of people. 260, you know what to do. You know what 2 plus 6 plus 0 is. Men with the hat, and the 10 men with the hat, and men hat N. Okay. Main Street over there.
So several loud booms woke them up, followed by a series of jolts.
Several loud boom, okay, like we said here, plague number 10 right here. Thunder voices, loud boom, boom, and we know those are boom tube being open. We know things are getting in here, okay? So, but anyway.
Brought him straight up to attention.
Joyce's 4-month-old puppy.
I have a system behind my bed where we have credenzas, and they actually rattled, they vibrated when we heard this boom. I thought we might be having a earthquake.
Joyce was right. People living in number 2 and number 4 River Road seemed to feel the most movement and right away thought of the Con Ed plan.
Possibly transformers from across the river. And so that's the immediate thought, was that it could be something to do with transformers.
First responders arrived on island and quickly tried pinpointing what the problem was as folks in at least 4 high-rise buildings left their apartments.
The elevators were out. So we're up on the 8th floor. We walked down and there was just so much commotion at the time. Nobody knew really what was going on.
And if that little thing, a little 1.7 earthquake happened, can you imagine if it was 7.1? Can you imagine what it was like 10.7? Can you imagine when this thing go down, Brethren? Wherever those people are, whether they were in a CD or off grade, can you imagine, Brethren? You're living off grade, okay? You ain't got no neighbor, nothing. Next thing you know, in the middle of the night, 2 a.m., 3 a.m. at night, 3 a.m. in the morning, the whole little place starts shaking. And you don't know what happened. You step out of your bed. You're like, what happened? What's going on? You get outside and then you try to see your trees falling on your house, caught on fire. You know, things happen. And you take your phone. You try to head to the city. Like, what the hell is going on? There is no signal. You're like, there you go. Things happen. They drop that stuff. They dropped that A thing over there. And then you finally somehow you made it to the city. And then the city is just like, there's nothing going on. People didn't even know what the hell happened. They see you like, hey, what's going on? Did they drop the bomb here? Like, no, man, they didn't drop nothing. What happened? So the ground was shaking and the tree fell and it killed my wife and my children and the house caught on fire and stuff. Well, anything happened in the city? No. Can we help you, sir? Yes. Well, what's your name so we can call an ambulance or call the police and get you? Yeah, my name is Dabu7. Yeah. So that's what's going to happen, man. Can you imagine you're in the city and you're on the off-grid, things like that happen, and then you like, what the hell is going on? What is it? What happened? The ground is shaking. Is this it? What is it? Confusion. Nobody knows what's going on. There was a hell of a lot of commotion and confusion. Okay? Great glory.
And now we know an earthquake. By the way, that elevator service was back up and running shortly after. Officials say despite all the rattling and shaking on Roosevelt Island, there are no signs of structural damage and no one was hurt.
Of course not. Let's keep on moving.
Let's get back to that breaking news. An earthquake south of Rancho Palos Verdes. It is a 4.1 magnitude now. It's gone back and forth between 3.9, 4.1. As we get more information,
they are lying. They are lying.
Felt it for a large
we know they are hiding the true numbers.
At the activity right now about that. And Paul, are you hearing anything else?
I'm just looking at this map expand as now more than updated. 2,895 people have responded to the USGS, likely through the app that Tina was talking about a couple minutes ago. Did you feel it? What was the intensity? The intensity was weak or light everywhere. That's what we want to hear. We don't want damage. But it was felt now as far north as Lancaster. over the San Gabriels into the Antelope Valley. It was felt as far north and east as San Bernardino and Temecula, and now it was felt as far south as La Jolla in San Diego County and as far north as Oxnard. So the entire Southern California region felt this. More than 3,000 people responding to this 4.1 earthquake. Back to you.
Wow. All right. We want to head now to Jessica Turner. She is a geophysicist with the USGS. Thank you so much for joining us right now. Tell us what you know about this and put in perspective for us whether you expect more activity.
Oh, yeah. So as was said already, there was a magnitude 4.1 earthquake that occurred just before 8:30 California time today. And like it was said, it was pretty widely felt in the Southern California area. This area of California, as much of the rest of the state, does see a lot of earthquakes from time to time. I did a quick search of magnitude 4 and above earthquakes in about a 60-mile radius of today's earthquake, and there have been over 300 earthquakes with magnitude 4 and above in this area since 1900. So this isn't unfamiliar. I always try to remind people, if you do feel an earthquake, just make sure to look around you, make sure things are folded to the wall, nothing will fall on you with really intense shaking. We probably won't see, we will see probably some smaller aftershocks with this earthquake. We do not know if it will lead to a bigger earthquake. That's just something that we cannot predict, but California especially is very prepared for earthquakes.
And tell us, overnight that we heard of a major earthquake in Japan, 7.5 there. Could there be any connection between this activity?
There's probably not connection, like direct connection, but both of these earthquakes are very close to the Ring of Fire. So, I mean, you know, we have that Pacific plate kind of moving at the different ends of the Pacific Ocean, but they're not directly related. They're too far apart for that to have been the case.
When you say there could be more activity or possibly a bigger quake coming, that's not to be alarmist. It's just, talking about the scientific phenomenon. What is the time frame typically? When can we maybe consider ourselves in the clear?
I think after maybe a couple of days. But again, it could be like a week or two later. We've seen that before with the Tohoku in Japan earthquake in 2011. There was like a 7.2 or magnitude 7 earthquake, like maybe a week or two before the 9.0 earthquake occurred. So, I mean, it just depends. Again, California is very prepared for large earthquakes.
No, you're not. No, you are not. Mark this woman word. California is not well prepared for a very large earthquake. People used to say that about Japan. Oh, Japan, their infrastructure is top notch. It's so modern and futuristic. They are so well prepared for any large amount of earthquake. Look what happened there. And when you look at this thing, you're like, an earthquake? That does it seems like, is that high now? What am I watching here? Okay. Well, we're just going to take another video because that's not what that is. California is not prepared for that. Okay, let's keep on moving, Bridget. Okay, this was in California, as you can see, New York, California, Japan. And when you look at the, you know what? Let's look at the cities. Rancho Palos Verdes. Okay, let's see if we can connect them. Rancho Palos. There we go. Rancho Palos Verde, California. Let's put a pin here. Let's put a pin. Add a place. Or put a pin. Let's put a pin. Let's measure. Let's just measure right there. Okay. Let's go to Queens, New York. What? Oh, that's crap. Where am I going to find Queens in here, man? Oh boy. Oh man. New York, where are you? Okay, this is New York right here. Okay. Manhattan. Did it happen in Manhattan or Queens? God, I'm terrible when it comes to the map of New York. Brooklyn right there, New Jersey, the Bronx. There we go. Let's put it right there in Queens. Queens, okay? And let's go to Waji what? Wajitama in Japan. Oh, that's not okay. Oh boy. Let's look at I messed up. First let's go for Wajitama. Wajitama or Wajatama. Wajatama. Let's look at the name. Oops. Japan earthquake. Okay. Ishikawa in Noto Peninsula and oh, hi. Oh, look at the buildings, man. You think those people were prepared for like a giant earthquake? Wajima. Okay, why can't he pick it up? I just said Wajima. Wajima. There we go. Okay, let's see what Wajima is. Okay, let's put a pin there. Let's put the pin in Wajima. Let's go to, oh boy, I forgot, Rancho Norte. Oh boy, I'm gonna have to know it. And California, where is that thing? Is California? Ah, man, where is it? Rancho Palos Verde. Okay, it's at the tip right here. The tip next to this island. Okay. Alright, let's see if we can connect them. Wajima. Let's connect it. We just want to see exactly what's going on out there. If anything is connected. Alright, let's put it. Okay. Somewhere in the tape right here. Where is it? Okay, we'll put it right there. I'll put it right there. And let's go to Queens now. See if we got some stuff going on, because those are the places the earthquake was going on. Queens, New York, or Manhattan, I believe. Okay. Okay, Brooklyn right here, Queens. And let's go back to Wajima, I guess. There we go. Close triangle. Let's see what we have here. Okay. All right, from New York, Los Angeles. Okay, that's good. Let's save this project. Let's save it like this. Earthquake Let's say Wajima. Oops, Wajima. Now this line look like X marked the spot. Okay, well, I don't know what's going on here, but good. Okay, when you look at this, there is what is the name of the place? Wakanda. No, not Wakanda. Makanda, Illinois. Okay, Makanda, Illinois. There you go. Well, see it. See, Makanda, Illinois is very close to what we have course. Come on. Okay. Oh. Makanda. See, Makanda, Illinois, where the X will mark the spot, this ley line we just trace. If you look at it from New York to Verde, Rancho Los Verde to Wajima, okay, all right, to Wajima, this thing is passing. Is that seeing it pass right on top of it? We just, I don't know if I choose, okay, well, hang on. Let's see if we got this well. Okay, well, that's good. That's, see, if you move, let me see if I can move. If I can move this to Rancho Los. Oh, yeah, that's a Long Beach. Okay. Oh man, I can't move it. Can I? Okay, my Wajima. Edit. Let's see if I can edit it. Outliner. Well, anyway, it's good like this. It's good. Okay, if you put it right there in Long Beach, California, the hell's gonna go on over there in Long Beach, California. If you put it in Long Beach, California, beloved, as you can see, it fell right on top of Makanda, where the X going to mark the spot. There we go. If you put it right there, and then you put it in if you put it in Queens or Manhattan, it will fall right there. So let's see the state things are course on top of Ohio, Indiana, where you get the word Indian, Campaign, Springfield, St. Louis, Columbia, where you get the word Holy Spirit, Colomb, which means the dove, whatever you want to call it. And for some reason, Manhattan keep pop up here, man, hat, the 10 man in the hat, which is in Kansas. Okay, there's a Manhattan in Kansas. All right, we just looking for all the highlighted. Wichita, Kansas, Hayes, Dodge City, Colorado Spring, Pueblo, Durango, Grand Junction. I was working for a company here. And you can see the word Moab here. Okay, is Moab in the midst of that? Is the destruction coming to Moab? And then, of course, you see the word Judah here. Huda, Utah. Okay, all those things fell into this category right there. The ley line just covered that. Page or page, Page, is it pagan? Not Cranian, not Grand Canyon National Park, Mesquite, St. George, Cedar. Okay, Cedar City, the cedar tree, beaver, and you got beaver that like to eat the cedar. You know, is the beaver going to cut the cedar? I don't know. Rich field. Is it a form of signaling of the rich field? Blessing is coming. Baker. Of course, it's then for any bakery, but yeah, it's just. I'm just saying things. Las Vegas. People in Nevada, Las Vegas, pay attention. Not quite sure what's gonna happen. Mojave National Preserve, Death Valley, another very bad word here. Okay, this is not good at all. Death Visila, Fresno, Bakerfields, another Baker. There's Bakerfields, which is in California, and there is a Baker somewhere right here. 2 Baker bread. If you can get more about that, let me know. El Dorado, the city of gold. National Forest, Yosemite or Yosemite National Park. Mammoth Lakes. The word bishop, okay, Saint Jose, Saint Joseph, Saint Francis, Saint Rose, Sacramento, which means sacrament. Is that what that is? And things like that. And let me see if there's anything caught up in that ley line right here. Getting smaller. I guess like in Japan, I guess that's not that much of stuff. Fukushima. Why would Fukushima be in there? Wait a minute. What's going on here? Are we all into something? Fukushima disaster. Okay. The Fukushima nuclear accident. Okay. The accident began when a 9.0 magnitude earthquake tsunami hit the coast of northeast Japan. Okay. What does the word Fukushima means? Oh, wait. All right. Wait a minute. What does the word Fukushima mean? You can't make this up, man. You can't make this up. You can't. Fukushima means blessed island. The blessed island of the blessed people. Of course, that has nothing to do with the people that live in Japan over there. Blessed island. Showa, Tadami, Ohija, Kashiwazaki, and Wajima. Let's see what does Wajima mean. What does the word Wajima means? No, not Regina. Ah, boy. This thing always trying to get Big Leaf in trouble. Wajima. There we go. Wajima mean earth power, powder, F powder, okay? Let's see what else we have here. I'm trying to translate a few stuff here. Kashiwazaki, okay. Kashiwazaki. Is that what that is? All right, let's see. Kashiwazaki. All right, sometimes they don't have an oak tree, okay? Means mountain oak tree, okay? Blessed island with the oak tree. Of course, remember we had the oak tree fast, okay? 2 years ago we had an oak tree fast. Oak tree, earth powder, and let's see all the meaning here. All of those are messages from the Holy Spirit. Mount Asakusa. What does Asakusa mean? Mount Asakusa. What the hell? All right, let me see. Tomorrow, fragrance fly. Origin Japanese, tomorrow. It means Asakusa means tomorrow or fragrance fly. Tomorrow, the oak tree, bless people. And what else? Tadami. Let's see the word Tadami. Let me see. All right. Tadami. Oh. Is that what that is? Tadami meaning sincerity, seriousness. It means to serve with sincerity, seriousness, to serve the state of sovereign with all one's heart. And who are the sovereign people that live on this blessed island? Okay, all of this are good stuff, brethren. There are good things we are finding. And Showa, I'll leave the rest of the others to do. Define the word Showa, what it means, and Koyama, Miharu, Tamaru, Ono, Kawaichi, Okuma, Tamioka, Naraha, Fuituba. So you can pause the video and do your little homework and put it in the comment board for the people to know, because a lot of things is in here. Okay, those are the earthquake that happened, and we find this hidden message here. You can't make this up. This is how the mighty one communicate with us. Then again, like we say, you see those underground thing, you see this, those are land that is under. They will pop up, all right? Those are land that, all those things are land that are underwater, and they will pop up. All those are island and land that are underwater. Okay, this is a massive island. Okay, the Pacific, there's so much land in there. All right. Okay, there's a huge land in here. It will pop up, connected to Haiti and whatever. So, let's keep on moving, beloved. How long we are into this good grief? All right, let's keep on moving. Let's keep on moving.
Like me.
Okay, so this is the Queen of Denmark, Margaret II, announces she will be,
Så lang tid går ikke sporløst hen over noget menneske. Heller ikke mig. Tiden slider, og dårligdommene bliver flere. Man overkommer ikke længere det samme, som man kunne engang.
Okay.
I februar i år gennemgik jeg en omfattende rygoperation. Den forløb godt, takket være det dygtige sundhedspersonale, der tog sig af mig. Operationen gav naturligvis også anledning til at gøre sig tanker om fremtiden. Om ikke tiden var inde.
Wait, is she speaking Dutch? Sounds like German to me. Or what the hell is this? Is it, does Denmark speak Deutsches or the German?
Til at overlade ansvaret til den næste generation.
We'll cut to the BS. This is the Queen of Denmark, beloved. Okay, I didn't even know they had a queen over there. But anyway, so she's stepping down. Where do they get? How'd you guys? When did this ever happen? A queen stepping down, a king stepping down. When you are a king or queen or monarch, you are there for life, son. You have to down, but well, I'm stepping down because I had a back surgery, health issue, and stuff. Okay, so that means you can do your job because your job requires a lot of lifting? Is that what that is? Those people are like quitting their job as if they were doing something. Somebody you never heard of quit her job as if she was doing something. As if she was like walking her butt off. Please, man. Well, I'm leaving my queenship. I'm gonna make my son, the prince, the next queen. That's what she say here. I'm passing on the responsibility to the next generation. I have decided, but now it's the right time. Oh, you know what I mean? On January 14, 2024, 52 years after I taken my beloved father, okay, I don't think that I will step down as the Queen of Denmark, and I will pass the throne to my son, Crown Prince Frederick. What the hell is that? What is this? You were the queen. There is no king. Is that what? Let me double check here. Does Denmark has a king? Okay, it has. Okay, Prince Frederick. Okay, all right. What the hell is this? First of all, they didn't have a king, okay? You were the queen. Your son was the prince, technically, which make your son the king. If you step down, you pass the throne to your son, you made him the second queen. Because he was already the king. He outrank you. Anytime a prince is there, a princess is there, the king is there, the queen is there, the moment the king die, the prince will become the king. And the queen still will become the queen. If the queen die, the princess now become the queen. It doesn't necessarily mean the king has to marry the queen or whatever. No, the princess become like the queen because the queen died. The father can remarry another person and make that person the queen, that female the queen or whatever, but we're not going to dive into this. When the king died, the prince is the next in line. I don't know how you people, how the hell those people rule over us? Is this how 83 do that stuff? Is that what that is? Is that what this woman, is she really actually a queen or like some kind of transformer or a Decepticon and do stuff over there? Because I'm very confused here. Well, this is very weird. Now that I'm looking at it, I'm seeing the ear is abnormal. Anyway, but the point is, if you're the queen, you step down, which you can't step down because you are the queen. You're going to have to die in order to pass the power. Except Moses did this. He stepped down as the prince. But anyway, you as a queen, you have to die in order for your son to become the king. That's what is this? You're passing the crown to Prince Frederick. He already the king. Just like when that queen over there in England, kicked the bucket and quarrel, Prince Charles automatically become the king. The mother did not have to step down and make... First of all, he was already the king because there ain't no king of England. I don't know what you people are doing with your powers, man. I don't know. I don't know what the hell is going on. You passing the power to your next son to make him the next queen? How is he Crown Prince, whatever, man. They didn't even refer to the fellow as king. They say the Crown Prince. Crown Prince, that big. Let's keep on moving.
Is a new city. Anthony.
Joe, you see that basketball hoop there behind me. Neighbors say it was recently, it's just a couple of days ago, that they saw those two little children playing there. I spoke to a man who identified himself as Sergeant Morgan's father off camera. He's trying to understand how all of this could happen. He says that his son recently took his wife and two kids to see her relatives in Massachusetts for the holiday. He tells me that Sergeant Morgan loved to travel with his family, taking his wife and children to more than 50 countries. Neighbors here describe Sergeant Morgan as a good father, making it all the more difficult to understand how 4 lives could end in this fashion. This quiet cul-de-sac overcome by tragedy. From the outside, the wreath on the door, the hoop in the driveway, it all looked normal. But inside this home on Clydesdale Court, police found a family of 4 dead, including 2 children. The next-door neighbor just recently saw them.
They were playing normally, just normally. I'm sorry, we're just very surprised. And it's really horrific of what happened.
Clarkstown police believe 49-year-old Watson Morgan, a sergeant in the Bronxville Police Department, shot and killed his wife, identified by police as 43-year-old Ornella Morgan, a Bronx teacher, and their 2 sons, ages 10 and 12, before turning the gun on himself. A tragedy neighbors are having difficulty coming to terms with.
He's a very loving father, that's all I can say. Very loving, a very caring family. He's a very caring person.
The Clarkstown School District releasing the following statement in part. The new year will undoubtedly start with great sadness and heavy hearts in our close-knit school district. The coming days and weeks will be a difficult time for our school community as we struggle to understand the loss of precious lives. Bronxville police say Sergeant Morgan failed to show up for his evening shift last night, so their department contacted Clarkstown police, who made the brutal discovery in the sergeant's home at 12:20 this morning. A handgun recovered at the scene. And Bronxville police just recently putting out a statement saying the department is in utter sadness and shock right now. Sergeant Morgan joined the NYPD back in 2000. He moved over to Bronxville police in 2007 and was promoted to sergeant in 2016. When I asked Sergeant Morgan's father if there were any red flags recently that he took notice of, all he could really tell me is that his son was planning to retire earlier than he wanted to. The circumstances of that a bit unclear right now. We're live in New City, Rockland County. Anthony Carlo, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Now, beloved, as you just heard this fellow, this New York fellow, 83, okay, her name is Milagros Oronorides. Milagros means miracle, so this is crazy. But of course, now this fellow, this guy, oh, here we go. Where is it? Where are you, guy? Where is the fellow? Why is it so hard to get? There we go. Okay, this dude right here. Let's enlarge the picture. This dude right here, when you look at his eye, you know, it's just this dude face. There's no expression. He has zero eyebrows, zero pupil, zero. He has zero beard, zero hair. He just look weird, and his eyes are dead. And you know, he took his wife and both of his son out. Okay, what could cause somebody to do something like that, man? As you can see, a lot of 83 are doing these things. You know, what could possibly cause this? What could possibly drive these men to do this type of stuff, man? Did he did some stuff to our people? Have he wronged certain people in our community? Was he involved with certain things that he should have been involved? Because if a man, you decided to take your wife, both of your sons out, and with yourself, you leave no trace. You like, hey, I don't want my wife and my children to pay for what I have done or what my ancestors have done. I would rather leave. Is this dude was a regular viewer of our videos and he realized that, hey, karmic debt, I had to pay for that. The blessing is over. 16/19/2019, and it is done. Did he figure it out? What could possibly happen in his mind that he decided, hey, I'm taking everybody out? Well, of course, we do know the blessing is over. And above all, remember, for those of you that had done that, or remember that way when we were doing this pre-2024, since we are in the new year, we were praying online and say, cursed be the husbands, cursed be their wives, cursed be their children, and cursed be their families. See, those prayers are very powerful, man. The fast is very powerful. Which one of you are ready for the fast in less than 30, well, in less than 25 days? In 25 days, we'll have our 4th annual fast. Will you join us? Will you participate in the fast? It's no joke, though. Fast is no joke. Will you be there? Will you do stuff with us? Anyway, let's keep on moving, beloved. Okay, this thing is heavy right there, okay?
That unthinkable crime. Tyler?
Yeah, Bart, Tyler Vandelak is the only person that survived that horrific murder-suicide at this home on December 6th. He says the day started out just like any other, his brother Peyton even making a breakfast sandwich for him that morning. However, later that night, he says Peyton snapped, shooting and killing not only their mother and father, but Tyler's best friend, who was visiting that day.
I don't know how someone goes from being a completely stable human being to triple homicide and a suicide over some rum.
Tyler.
Okay, so again, let me enlarge this. Where is it? You can see the Christmas trees, of course. Those are the, the 83 to the core. That's his brother. Brethren, this is not something that happened 50 years ago. Okay, 5 days ago. This is not something that happened years ago. It's just recently happened. Okay, his brother, and in a split of a second, something overpowered him. He triple murder, and then kill himself, suicide. Okay, so, and this dude was the lone survivor. He was the only guy that got out of this thing. So, and then listen to what he said. I don't understand. Let's listen.
He started out just like any other. His brother Peyton even making a breakfast sandwich for him that morning. However, later that night, he says Peyton snapped, shooting and killing not only their mother and father, but Tyler's best friend, who was visiting that day.
I don't know how someone goes from being a completely stable human being to triple homicide and a suicide over some rum.
Tyler Vandelak was watching movies with his brother Peyton and best friend DeBray Scott on December 6th.
What is that? Is that what? Huh?
And best friend DeBray Scott on
That's... Wait a minute. What's going on here? Is she... There's a mustache. I don't know. Is this a bakery and then there's sausages hanging on the ceiling? What is this? You know what? Let me finish this because I don't like being confused. They already show me this dude, woman. I don't know, man. I don't know. Let's watch this thing.
December 6th. Tyler says,
I don't know how someone goes from being a completely stable human being to triple homicide and a suicide over some rum.
Tyler Vandelak was watching movies with his brother Peyton and best friend DeBray Scott on December 6th. Tyler says Peyton, who was very intoxicated, was struggling to fill up their dog's water fountain.
I try and grab the water pitcher from him, and he then snaps at me and says, "Back off before I split you in half like a canoe."
The two then got in a fight, with Tyler dislocating his shoulder. That's when their parents, Nikki and Rob Vandelak, told Peyton to toss his alcohol away, criticizing him for hurting his brother. Then...
I hear some loud bangs happening. And so I run upstairs to see what's going on, and I see my mom and dad just lumped over in the hallway.
Tyler ran from the house and called 911.
His brother is still inside. Brother shot parents and dislocated RP's shoulder.
Investigators would find Nikki and Rob dead, along with his dear friend DeBray in the basement. Deputies also...
That was his friend? Is that what that is? That was the guy friend. Are you sure? Okay, alright, well, the story makes sense to me, man. He got his friend over, this dude. This is how the 83 men looks like, man. I don't know. Could it be... God, I despise confusion, man. I'm very confused. That's the friend that he had over, this dude.
Also found Peyton dead when they got inside the home. An unimaginable loss, just weeks before the Vandelak's favorite holiday.
Though the most wonderful time of the year is not just a song for our family. We indulge in Christmas.
There you go. Okay? Listen to the dude.
Just weeks before the Vandelak's favorite holiday.
Though the most wonderful time of the year is not just a song for our family. We indulge in Christmas.
But now, he's left to wonder what tipped his brother off. He believes Peyton's medically related discharge from the Navy in August may have played a part.
Of course I'm angry at him after what he did. What he did is something that deserves anger.
Okay, so now you got this gentleman right here, okay, this dude, and I don't know, I'm trying to make sense of the story. It seems like he was trying to feed his dog or giving the dog some water, and he was too drunk, and his brother, the bearded fellow, tried to help him out, and then he said, well, better get away from me before I split you like a canoe. And a fight broke out between him and the brother. And while the fight break out in the midst of them, and their parents, the mom and dad, say something to one of them, and and he actually he went outside. You know, he went outside, and then this dude, you know, picked up a bag of popcorn and to give it to his mom and his father. And when the brother heard that, he went upstairs and he realized that what the fellow had done, so he left. And this dude give his best friend Peyton, this guy, okay, he give his best friend a bag of popcorn. You know, it's just how I'm very confused here, man. Like, this is Peyton right there. If whatever. So, and the guy said, well, not only we indulge ourselves in Christmas, we love Christmas. Now, you got this dude. Let me see again. You got these guys. Those are the dudes that were supposed to bring Jacob's trouble. Okay, those are the guys. He got discharged from Navy, from the Navy. Don't know why. Was it a dishonorable discharge or honorable? I'm not quite sure. You got those. Those are the dudes that's supposed to come in the hood and bring Jacob's trouble. Those are the dudes that's supposed to uphold their law. Yet what he did, he took out his mom, his dad, and his best friend. I thought Doug was a man's best friend, but in that case, but the other fellow, he took Peyton out, and then he took himself out. And then that guy is angry at him. And people are going to say that, well, because they're going to send the Navy, they're going to send the Marines, they're going to send the Army, they're going to send the Coast Guard, they're going to send the National Guard, they're going to come over there, FEMA and stuff like that. Those are the dudes that's supposed to do this. Yet, look what they are doing. If this is not the curses upon 83, I don't know what that is, man. I frankly don't know, okay?
Of course I'm angry at him after what he did. I'm, you know, what he did is something that deserves anger. But I also do miss him. And frankly, you know, I do wish that none of this had ever happened.
Now, those autopsies are still being performed by the El Paso County Coroner's Office, and the El Paso County Sheriffs say their investigation continues. For now, reporting live here in El Paso County, Tyler Cunnington, KRDO 13.
Oy, anyway, man, that's another, you know, hey, man, 988. Let's keep on moving.
Tragedy in Long Beach, a murder-suicide involving a 5-year-old girl and her father.
Police made the horrifying discovery after a nearly 10-hour-long standoff.
Again, beloved, that's 5 days ago. Those are not 4 days ago. Those are not things that happened 5 years ago. Father, Long Beach, took his daughter and himself, okay? Whether they look like us, they don't. Beloved, something is out there. You know, can't deny that.
It's News reporter Jessica the Nova has the heart-wrenching details.
Heartache during the holidays fills this Long Beach neighborhood.
We're heartbroken. It's after Christmas, coming to New Year.
The tragedy unfolding here Thursday, leaving a father and daughter dead, and Long Beach police with a murder-suicide investigation. Officers say 39-year-old Chase Phillip Powell appears to have turned the gun on himself after shooting and killing his own daughter, who neighbors identify as 5-year-old Aspen Powell.
It was like a nightmare.
Investigators say just after 3 that afternoon, a woman filed a domestic violence report. Officers arrived to the home near the Santa Fe Avenue exit off the 405 freeway to this. Smoke coming from the house. Neighbors and police say they heard noise from inside which sounded like gunfire. Officers say
the guy that shoot this, his name is Victor Rodriguez, and you know what to do.
Believing a child was still inside, they made entry as seen in this video. That's when they found the little girl lifeless.
After probably like 45 minutes, they started knocking at the neighborhood and evacuation because there's fire apparently. That, you know, they want us to be safe.
SWAT made entry and found the suspect deceased. Investigators say 2 firearms were recovered. In a statement, the chief of police says in part, "We are all devastated by the murder of a 5-year-old child. This is a heartbreaking act of domestic violence that should not have happened." Too heartbroken to go on camera, extended family tells Eyewitness News the child's mother was already mourning the loss of her own father this past Wednesday.
Ooh.
Hello, I'm Mark Brown. Get more great.
Okay, so and the family member could not speak because the woman was already mourning her father past Wednesday, and then her husband, so to speak, or boyfriend, killed a 5-year-old little girl, and he took himself out. And people are not seeing those things and saying about Big Levi. That's nothing. Those things like that, they used to happen all the time. No, that's not what that is. Of course, beloved, this is plague number 9, execution by the sword, and a lot of things going on. Let's keep on moving.
Hanover police released new information on the murder-suicide last Thursday in a home there. Police say 50-year-old Rogelio Arvizu stabbed and killed his wife, 49-year-old Guadalupe Morales, and his 17-year-old son, Dylan Arvizu Morales, and then killed himself. He also stabbed and wounded his 27-year-old son. Police say he was able to run out after the attack and get help. He's since been treated and released.
Another one, okay? And again, this happened a day ago. It's not something that happened like years, or is that what that is? Is that the one? No. A day that happened like years ago and stuff. It's just a day, a few hours ago, okay?
We begin with breaking news this afternoon. The state medical examiner has determined the cause of death of 3 family members who were found dead inside their home in Dover over the holiday weekend. Officials say that this was a murder-suicide. 2 of the victims, Tia Kamal and her 18-year-old daughter, Ariana, were shot and killed by their husband and father, 57-year-old Rakesh Kamal. Officials say he then took his own life. Police were called to the home December 28th after a family member found their bodies inside the home. A final autopsy report is expected in the coming weeks.
Okay, so again, I believe that's the Indian family. Okay, I believe that's one. Let's they got.
A wealthy Indian origin couple and their teenage daughter have been found dead in their luxurious mansion worth $5 million. According to the police.
That's more like it. That's more like it. Wealthy Indian origin couple, daughter found dead in their U.S. mansion. That's more like it.
A gun has been found at the scene. As per the authorities, it is only after the ruling of the medical examiner.
Okay. So again, let me enlarge this. You have this Indian family. They don't look like your typical Indian. If they didn't tell you they were Indian, you would not know they were Indian. You would have thought they were white because they bleach their skins beyond recognition. All right, and they are wealthy. Okay, they live in a $5 million mansion. And that's the daughter. She just turned 18. 1 + 8. You know what to do. The mother and the father. What could possibly cause these dudes to do this? What's going on out there? You rich, man. You have all the money, beautiful wife, a beautiful daughter, a beautiful house, a beautiful life. Yet you did all that for what? What is it? What's going on out there with 83, man? He took the wife, the daughter, and himself out. And the guy is rich, a millionaire, man. The whole family is well off. But Big Levi, you have to understand that's nothing. They are doing this so they can get prepared. They are testing the murder-suicide so they can come, put it in the hood. Jacob's trouble. I mean, this can't be Jacob's trouble, man. You're watching the so-called Moabite, the Elamites right here, the Amalekites. You've watched all the Edomite. You watch the Hamite. You watch all of them are going into deep hish. And you still want to sit out there and tell our people, wait a minute, that's nothing. Wait until you're going to get your own trouble. No, man, we've been going through our stuff, man, hundreds of years. But this is what happened there, man. That's a horrible things that what happened here, man. But you ask yourself, but why, man? Like, why? I don't know.
That they will be able to decide if this is a suicide or a murder. Motive behind the incident, therefore, will be revealed after the investigation. According to the authorities, preliminary investigation hints at a quote-unquote deadly incident of domestic violence. Now, Middlebury College has also issued a statement informing students and the faculty of the incident and remembering Ariana Kamal as a...
Oh, she was 27?
brilliant student and an amazing singer. Rakesh Kamal, his wife Tina, had established an edtech company named Edunova in 2016.
Okay, so they own a tech company, okay? Probably, let me hear.
Edunova was a success. Edunova in 2016. In the beginning, an edtech company named Edunova in 20, and an amazing singer.
Okay.
Rakesh Kamal, his wife Tina, had established an edtech company named Edunova in 2016. In the beginning, Edunova was a success. However, as per records, the company dissolved in 2021 due to financial crisis.
Ah, okay. Now it makes sense. Okay, Edunova, some kind of tech company. Rakesh Kamal, you know, they were making money. In 2021, the company dissolved. They started in 2016. They were doing good. 3 years later, 2019 get there. Things got a little shaky. 2020, boom! Thing hit them. 2021, they have nothing left. And the company went down. They were acting, everything is good. 2022, you know, they're walking around like, hey, we fine. What's up with you? We got that $5 million house and stuff and things. And 2023, at the end, this dude say, you know what? I ain't gonna watch you and because I know you were with me because I'm a high value man. I ain't gonna watch you going to another man and left my daughter. She's 18. She's an adult. I'm gonna take you out. I'm gonna take myself out. Now, there's a possibility. I'm not saying this is why I did it, but there's a possibility there. Okay, she didn't say anything after that.
Due to financial crisis.
Oh, okay. All right, so they mute the microphone. Financial crisis. You know, once the money out, everybody out. Once the money is no more, the blessing is no more, I gotta go. Everybody gotta go, man. But baby, we can restart this thing. Nope, the blessing was for 2019, 2019. We're in 2023 now. We overdue. Let's go. Crazy, horrible things, man. Horrible things. You know, look at the dude. Say, man, you're young. You know, you got a beautiful wife, a beautiful daughter, beautiful house, you know, beautiful company, and then you taking it out? Yes. Why? Because we are broke now. You know, this dude like, yo, I ain't gonna go out there and work for people, man. But sell that house, that $5 million. At least you got a few, at least you could get a 2-3 million for it. You could live on $2-3 million. Not 83, man. Not 83.
Big Island police have opened a murder-suicide investigation after they say a woman was found dead by her own father. Ooh. Police say the woman, identified as 42-year-old Elizabeth Fernandez, was found dead inside her home from an apparent gunshot wound to her face. Police say the woman's father also found the body of her ex-boyfriend outside the home. Oh. They believe he died from an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound. According to police, Fernandez had recently filed a temporary restraining order against her boyfriend.
Oh, boy.
Unfortunately, there's a certain amount of time that the courts have to get the documents in with the holiday.
Let me just enlarge this. Beloved brothers and sisters, Jews and Gentiles alike, tell the people who's in the midst and how hard this fellow is going. And when we tell people, again, we've been making videos for the past 4 years now. Every time we make them, we told you that's who's in the midst. Daniel 12:1. The great prince is in the midst, is over the house, and the business is being laid down, man. It's all over. We know. Well, by now, beloved, if you've been watching for at least 90 days, you should be able to recognize those signs. Michael Hardy. Michael's going hard, man, you know. Crazy.
And all. It never came to us to even have an attempt to get served. But yeah, our check showed on the 29th there was a TRO filed with her being the petitioner.
This case remains under investigation.
Okay, let's watch this again because it seems like they say the father did this or the boyfriend? Which one it is?
Big Island police have opened a murder-suicide investigation after they say a woman was found dead by her own father.
Oh, okay.
Police say the
She was found by the father. So the boyfriend did it to her and did it to himself. Great glory. Hui.
And we told you that we did
excuse me.
Have a lot of breaking news to get to. Well, this just in, we have an update on a police investigation into a San Ysidro couple who disappeared 1 week ago. 2 bodies have been identified by San Diego police detectives, but authorities are not officially releasing names until family is notified. Now, we're showing you video as well as pictures of that missing couple. The night of the couple's disappearance, Johnny Soto asked the couple's son to leave the home so he could talk to his estranged wife, who moved out over the summer. Their kids say that that's not unusual, happens every few weeks. Well, police say there was likely a domestic violence incident before them being reported missing. As for these 2 bodies that were found, the male was killed by what is believed to be a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
Oy.
At this time, the female's injuries are still under investigation. Of course, we're working to find out more, trying to gather more information from law enforcement, but tune into our CBS 8 newscast at 4, 5, and 6 p.m. today as this continues to unravel.
Those things are everywhere, Brethren. Okay, is that the one? Is that those are the people, right? Is it the one? It looks like it. All right, let's watch that thing.
I can tell you that U.S. Customs and Border Protection found the 2 bodies inside of that truck. The 2 bodies actually match the age and description of the couple, Melissa and Johnny Soto, who went missing last week. But San Diego Police Department has not released any names. They haven't publicly identified the bodies. They're still trying to notify family members about this tragedy.
But
what I can tell you is that they're treating the woman's case as a homicide.
It appears to be just a tragic case of domestic violence involving a husband and wife that were separated, have a family, and we're just essentially doing what we can do to kind of close the gaps and fill in exactly what occurred with this particular couple.
Boy. Okay, boy, that's the husband, the wife, those are the children, I'm assuming, and took them out.
And Lieutenant Steve Shelbosky with SDPD's homicide unit says the man appeared to have suffered from a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head. Oof. The woman's injuries were not immediately apparent, but SDPD believes she may have been killed in San Ysidro prior to coming to the casino. This week, CBS 8 had talked to the Soto family. They've been searching for answers, trying to find their family members. The married couple had been living separately and had gotten together to talk last Wednesday evening. It's believed that later that night into the early morning hours is when he pulled his truck into the casino parking lot with his wife already dead and then committed suicide. The couple leaves behind 3 children, the youngest an 18-year-old.
Oy.
We just want them to come home safe, or even
okay, I believe those are the kids.
Give us like any type of sign or contact that they're okay.
Oh boy.
And the family had been posting missing flyers all over the county, trying to piece together what happened, trying to find answers and hopefully find their family members. SDPD is still investigating this case and they're taking it very seriously. That's the latest here. I'll send things back to you guys.
Let's keep on moving. Okay, San Diego parents who went missing. Is that pretty much? Okay, that's pretty much the same thing. Yes, that's the same thing. Let's keep on moving. The following content may contain, I understand, I want to proceed.
While searching for a missing couple from San Ysidro.
Oh, okay, boy, those people were all over. I don't know how I keep getting them right.
We are learning new details in a heartbreaking story. Police say 3 children lost both parents on Christmas Day in a murder-suicide. Investigators now tell us the father shot and killed his wife, then turned the gun on himself. Here is Stephanie Whitfield.
We're told the kids are 6, 9, and 14 years old. Houston police tell us it was the oldest child who told them what happened inside the house behind me. Cheerful Christmas decorations sit outside this home in Southwest Houston. A stark contrast to what police say unfolded inside hours before. Houston police say someone called about a shooting after 10 p.m. on Christmas. Officers say they found a woman upstairs in a bedroom, shot several times. A man shot once.
The current information we have, it appears to be a murder-suicide at this time.
We're told the husband was 43 years old.
Oy.
His wife,
43 years old. You know what to do.
34.
There were
The wife, 34. I'm not making this up. You know what to do.
3 children in the residence that are unharmed.
Police say the kids are between 6 and 14 years old.
Oof.
Investigators haven't said what led to the violence last night, but that choice cost 3 kids both of their parents on Christmas Day. A family member came to the scene last night while police were investigating to help take care of the children, but we're told CPS will ultimately decide who gets custody. In Southwest Houston, Stephanie Whitfield, KHOU 11 News.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Aye, brethren, this thing is everywhere. Plague number 9, execution by the sword. A lot of people are checking out, brethren. Why? A lot of them aiming the blessing is over, man. We started this company. I had this job. I was making good money. And then now I'm just like the Negroes. I'm taking you out, man. That's why the whole high value garbage, I don't subscribe to that. Because the moment the so-called high value men lost that value, whoever women that were with them, you're going to be loose with them too. You're going to be lost with them because they are going to take you out. That's why I don't subscribe to this nonsense, man. And if I ever become rich, and then a woman come up to me and say, well, now, I used to watch you all the time, but now you become a high value man, you deserve me. Oh, holy feet, faithful feet, don't fail me now. I'll get out of the room without even opening the door, nor the window. You know, a lot of those guys, that's how they are, man. You know, hey, I'll take you down, son, because, you know, coming over there and doing hish, stuff like that.
And once they brought the drone out, we heard the glass breaking and stuff like that. And then once the loudspeakers stopped, we all really knew something terrible had happened.
What started as a welfare check on Northeast 92nd Street in Vancouver Sunday afternoon turned into a crime scene investigation by Sunday night. Nearby neighbors like J.D. Hartman recall the feelings of dread.
When everything goes silent, like dead silent, you know, it's like, you know, like you just feel it. You feel it in your heart, and you feel it in your bones, and it's just it was super bone chilling.
Yeah, that's what it is. I agree with this dude, man. You can feel it. Okay, you can feel it. That's how those people felt before, and that's how they are feeling right now. They feel it in their bone, their soul. Something is not right, you know.
Feelings of dread.
When everything goes silent, like dead silent, you know, it's like, you know, like you just feel it. You feel it in your heart, and you feel it in your bones, and it was super bone chilling, and we all just kind of looked at each other and we're like, man, this isn't good.
The big, sheriff van pulled up, and we knew something was off then because, well, they also were calling it a welfare check, and SWAT was here. So, everybody knew initially that it wasn't just a welfare check.
Lily Lewis says she and her family heard screams around 2:40 in the afternoon, but investigators say there was no communication coming from in or around the home.
I'm 100% certain they didn't have any exchange, because had we had an exchange or something with somebody at the residence, then we maybe have, or if we hear someone screaming for help, that creates that exigency right away. And of course, deputies are going to go in and deal with that and try to take care of, if someone's at risk right then and there.
Sergeant Chris Skidmore explains the suspect sent a text to a relative near Seattle Sunday morning that he had harmed other people in the house. However, that relative did not see the message until after noon.
So that was kind of what they were going off of. After talking with the family, we knew that there was a possibility of firearms involvements.
When deputies entered the home, they found 5 people dead.
We do believe we have kind of the relationships of the family. So the suspect obviously was deceased along with his wife, and then 2 adult daughters, and then the suspect's brother as well. For the total of 5.
Although neighbors we spoke with say
5 people, brethren, brothers, families. Happened 4 weeks ago in Vancouver, Canada. Is that what that is? Vancouver, okay. December the 4th, all right, not too long ago. Okay, that's gonna be it happened a month ago, okay. 5 people found, no more. And we're asking ourselves, what's it's 8 o'clock over there. Just turned 8 o'clock. I have class in 30 minutes. Let me go ahead and do this right quick.
They didn't know the family well. They're heartbroken for all involved.
That really does make you think you want to reach out more.
It was shocking, one, too was just, we all got that eerie feeling when it went silent, you know what I mean?
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about
But first, our top story tonight, a family forever changed in what Phoenix police say was a murder-suicide.
According to police, a man shot.
Carmen Buscemi loved his cars. This is where he would work.
The man shot and killed his wife and another man at a business, then went home and killed his son, family dog, and then himself.
So the first shooting, as we reported to you, was I-17 in Deer Valley.
I believe we did this dude though.
The second was at 23rd Avenue, just north of Union Hills. Tonight, we're learning more about the victims.
Here's ABC 15's Josh Cristianto.
62-year-old Carmen Buscemi loved his cars. This is where he would work on them, in a garage full of surprises. That's how his longtime friend Steve Moisoff met him the first time.
I met him probably 32 years ago. Found him to fix a car for me, and he did it, and he's been helping me ever since.
Buscemi had a son and daughter and was by all accounts a beloved man. He owned an auto repair shop, which he ran with his secretary, 49-year-old Sage Fitz.
Most lovable person ever. If she was bubbly all the time, never flirtatious at all, but it's just whoever came in, they immediate friends.
But sadly, both Buscemi and Fitz lost their lives on Monday. Phoenix police say just after 11 a.m., Fitz's husband, 53-year-old Brian Fitz, came to Buscemi's business off I-17 and Deer Valley and shot her and Buscemi, killing them.
Police then say Fitz went to this house behind me and shot and killed his family dog and his 12-year-old son, Banan, who is autistic, before taking his own life.
He was eating with Carmen and Sage before he went out, got his gun and shot him.
Moisoff knew Brian and says he was reclusive, controlling in his marriage, and prone to jealousy.
I remember him confronting Sage about me, and I'm like, I ain't chasing nobody.
For now, Moisoff is helping the family maintain the business his friend truly loved, and he still can't believe he's gone.
I deem him the best friend I ever had.
Josh Cristianto, ABC 15, Arizona.
Oh boy, we did that guy before, but hey.
We are learning the names of the 3 people killed in yesterday's deadly mass shooting that happened in the Northwest Valley. The Clark County Coroner's Office says 34-year-old Shinara Patterson, 14-year-old Keziah Cohn, and 6-year-old Zamaya Patterson all died after being shot. 14-year-old Keziah Valley, the Clark County Coroner's Office says 34-year-old Shinara Patterson, 14-year-old Keziah Cohn, and 6-year-old Zamaya Patterson all died after being shot. Police say the shooter, Marvin Ray Patterson, then turned the gun on himself. An 11-year-old boy also shot. A family member telling 8 News Now the boy is clinging to life. And tonight, the families and friends remembering the lives lost. Thank you for joining us at 11. I'm Brian Loftus.
And I'm Denise Valdez. 8 News Now reporter Lauren Negretti reports from the Northwest Valley, where people were gathering for a vigil, just trying to make sense of it all.
Oh, wow, that's brutal. Anyway.
Family and friends gather. They describe Shinara as a loving mom and friend, and her
Lauren
girls as just
Negret.
the happiest little girls.
I treated them kids like they was my own.
An emotional night after Monday morning's tragedy. 5 people shot, 4 dead. The family clinging to their light in the darkness.
This was not supposed to happen.
Jamesetta Bernuti remembering her 34-year-old daughter, Shinara Patterson.
She was sweet, kind, do anything for you.
Shinara's sister, Michaela Bernuti.
She was there no matter who you was, how long she...
Okay, her name is Michaela Bernuti, okay? Michaela.
Knew you.
Oh, boy.
If she had it, she go...
Oops.
Nieces, 14-year-old...
Do anything for you.
Shinara's sister, Michaela Bernuti.
She was there no matter who you was, how long she knew you. If she had it, she go give it to you.
Michaela describes her nieces, 14-year-old Keziah Cohn, 6-year-old Zamira Patterson.
Duty, that's Zamira. She was sweet. Like, she was the most innocent child I ever met. Like, she didn't have a mean bone in her body. Keziah was goofy. She loved to draw.
Their brother, Derek Jr., recovering in the hospital.
He's still fighting. We praying for him. He go pull through. He's strong.
Our 8 News Now investigators uncovering police records showing the gunman was accused of child sex crimes and was on house arrest.
If he had been in jail, none of this would have happened. Where he was supposed to be. I don't think they should have let him out at all.
For now, the family sending up their love and prayers. Lauren Negretti, 8 News Now.
Now, Metro confirms Patterson was on house arrest and forced to wear an ankle monitor. Our 8 News Now investigators discovered he was let out of jail after Judge Diana Sullivan reduced his bail from $100,000 to $10,000. But he was still ordered to stay away from children.
It was this time yesterday evening we were bringing you breaking news of a deadly shooting outside a Metro convenience store. 2 people found with gunshot wounds near Czech Hall Road and Reno. And 24 hours later, police are revealing new details surrounding the case.
Investigators are now calling the incident a murder-suicide. News 4's Natalie Clydesdale has the update.
Well, police say Elizabeth Anderson planned to meet up with her ex-boyfriend Gavin Navitt in this parking lot behind me here to return some of his belongings. However, the meeting took a violent turn.
These situations are really difficult.
A tragedy unfolding in broad daylight Thursday outside the 7-Eleven store near Czech Hall Road and West Reno Avenue. Police swarmed the area around 2:30 in the afternoon.
When they got here, they located one male and one female victim, both shot. Both victims were transported to an area hospital.
Both 23-year-old Elizabeth Anderson and 34-year-old Gavin Navitt died from their injuries. According to Oklahoma City Police, the two were once a couple, and Thursday's meeting was planned for Anderson to return some of Navitt's things. But that exchange turned violent, and instead police say Navitt shot Anderson multiple times before turning the gun on himself.
While we are deeply saddened once again by this tragedy, unfortunately, we're not surprised.
Brandon Paisley, one of the vice presidents for Oklahoma City's YWCA, says Oklahoma is ranked second in the nation for women being murdered by men in single victim, single offender homicides. His advice for anyone who finds themselves in a similar situation as Anderson is to reach out to an advocate, someone who can safely remove you from a dangerous situation.
An advocate can help you make those decisions as an expert in lethality and the incidence of domestic violence homicide. We wrap around each other in support and hope for a future when things are better.
Natalie Clydesdale, Oklahoma's News 4.
All right, thank you. We reached out to 7-Eleven's corporate office and we are still waiting to hear back.
New developments in the murder-suicide in Buffalo Grove that left a mother and her 2 young girls dead. Records obtained by the Daily Herald shows 14 domestic-related police visits were made to the Kislyak home between 2018 and September of this year. There were other allegations of domestic violence in the home going back as far as 2002. Investigators say Andrei Kislyak killed his wife, their daughters, and his own mother before killing himself.
The West Campus of Texas Children's Hospital Sunday afternoon. Well, today the woman's mother and brother only talking with ABC 13's Maya Shea. Maya joining us live with more on the victim and the man who shot her.
Well, as the police investigation into this tragedy continues, the mother and the brother are speaking out. As you can imagine, they are heartbroken. This young woman, just 32 years old, mother to 2 young children, trying to keep her family together, trying to reconcile with her husband, and that is when someone shot and killed her. Kania Osario was just 32 years old and raising 2 young children. She was the only sister of Carlos Rivera, who along with their mom talked about their incomprehensible loss.
They were like best friends, you know. There was, at some point I kind of got jealous because they were always on the phone and I'm like, but now I understand a lot.
On Sunday, Osario was shot and killed during a murder-suicide in the parking lot of Texas Children's Hospital West Campus. Her 8-year-old daughter saw it all. Rivera says her sister, going through a divorce, began dating another man, but then things went downhill.
She met this guy and they kind of started dating for a while, but you know, she got to the point where she didn't feel comfortable anymore, so she decided to back away.
Rivera says his sister and her husband were trying to reconcile and keep the family together. That apparently angered the man she was seeing.
They were working things out, so it's a big hit for him as well. He's very, very upset emotionally.
Now with a loving daughter, sister, mother of 2 dead, Osario's family is focused on the 2 children and growing up without a mom.
She was a loving, caring person that would always be there for somebody if they needed her to be there.
In Houston, Maya Shea, ABC 13, Eyewitness News.
And 22.
Our community suffered a tragic and devastating loss. Our hearts go out to the family in this time of crisis.
We now know the names and ages of those killed in a house explosion that nearly wiped out an entire family on Winters Lane. Sadly, the youngest deceased are only 19 and 22.
The 3 Bragg children, Don and Hope Bragg, were in from Arkansas visiting.
Anyway, beloved brothers and sisters, it's 8:11. I have a class at 8:30. I'll see you folks whenever the mighty one says so, okay? Shalom.